Quantum Knights is a stunning new third-person, open-world medieval fantasy game splicing together both magic and firearms, providing players a stylish, dynamic action game. So kind of what Elion was supposed to offer us before both Bluehole and Kakao absolutely destroyed the game. But is Quantum Knights an MMO? Is it going to require a purchase? Will it have multiplayer functionality, and when will we be able to play it? Let's take a minute here to go over what we know currently. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of the absolute chads and chadettes that support this channel via Patreon. You're all freaking legends, seriously, each and every single one of you. I would offer to give each of you a kiss, but I suffer from severe intimacy issues. Additionally, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest MMO gacha and gaming news, take a second here to follow MRSSTIX and I over on Twitter. We tweet daily. Quantum Knights is a stylish and dynamic third-person action looter shooter developed by Line Games and Space Dive Games. It was initially revealed back in April of 2021, but had gone relatively silent until Gamescom last month, where the studio released not only new information, but also showcased full gameplay captured in-game. And let me tell you, it actually looks pretty damn good. Fluid animations, quality ability effects, without seeming over the top, absolutely stunning character models, which realistically makes sense because Line Games is, after all, a Korean company. And if there is anything that we know about Korean games, it's that they are money-hungry bastards who will stop at nothing short of every single cent in your wallet. And then they'll take your wallet once you have nothing left in it. Oh, and their games look ridiculously good. Line Games describes Quantum Knights as a stylish and dynamic third-person shooting action game with a unique open-world medieval setting on the continent of Brika, flourishing with techno magic. The full in-game trailer for the game showcased various different characters, epic battles, abilities, exploration, but Line Games promised that this is not going to be your typical shooter. Rather, players are going to have to combine both firearms along with magic to rain down destruction in a variety of different, more creative ways. You'll have various areas to explore with varying levels, allowing players to directly interact with the surrounding environments and formulate strategies to approach the situations they find themselves in. Stealth, acrobatics, or what I like to call holding my W key. And admittedly, this doesn't always end up going as smoothly as I'd like it to go, but I mean, that's what healers are for, right? Or save files. As noted, Quantum Knights employs both a firearm and magic system. Players will be able to select from several different abilities along with firearms. Each firearm not only has its own unique design, but can also be enhanced by carving magical circles into it, allowing for players to have a higher degree of control over their playstyle. Magic and firearms function as a type of class archetype. You can build a support character, you can build a DPS character, you can build a tanky character, or you can choose to be a jack of all trades, focusing on everything but specializing in nothing. Class and build customization, I feel, is a very important aspect of every game. You don't need deep, complex systems like what you find in Path of Exile, but giving players the opportunity to build a character that they can relate to, that they can feel comfortable with, is integral to our overall enjoyment and directly affects how captivated we are and how enthralled we become. While this is a Korean game and Korea sure does love their limited time exclusive releases, Line Games confirmed that Quantum Knights is going to launch simultaneously around the world in 2023. A specific quarter was not given, and delays should definitely be expected. No company is infallible, no game, no studio is exempt from delays and setbacks, but they strongly believe sometime in 2023 the game will launch. Quantum Knights is going to be releasing onto PC and PC exclusively at present. I don't believe Line Games have expressed any interest whatsoever in releasing the game onto consoles even though I personally believe that this would make for a fantastic console game. Fluid action combat, an amalgamation of both magic and firearms, a large open world to explore. Just looking at the gameplay, this looks and feels like a console game, inhibiting the success or potential success of their game by disregarding consoles is a little confusing, but at the same time, I'm not a developer, so who am I to judge them? I guess it is worth noting that if it does achieve success on the PC platform, it will very likely find itself being ported over to consoles at a later date. As we covered earlier, Koreans sure do love their money more than they love their spouses or their kids. Now, it hasn't been confirmed whether Steam will be the platform of choice for distribution of the game via PC, but it is very highly likely. Now, I did try searching around the internet for any kind of information pertaining to any type of multiplayer functionality, but there just wasn't any. They have neither confirmed nor denied whether this is a fully single player game, whether it'll be a single player game with multiplayer functionality, or whether it will feature a fully multiplayer campaign, allowing players to play together like in games like Borderlands. I am personally hoping for the latter because MMOByte, my wife, and I love to play multiplayer games together. The more multiplayer games that release, the more multiplayer games that we get to play, just the two of us, the better for us. Plus, at the end of the day, a true test of the strength of your marriage is whether or not you can work together to overcome difficult odds and still manage to love each other afterwards. Unfortunately, there has been no mention of a business model either. Buy to play, pay to play, free to play. It's direct competition. Warframe and Destiny are both free-to-play games, so if Quantum Knights wants a piece of their pie, they're likely gonna want to go the same route. Realistically though, should we be excited for Quantum Knights? This is a new game after all, and honestly, it looks incredible aesthetically. It has really great fluid action combat. It seems to have a large world to explore, but we're still largely in the dark about what it is in fact going to offer us. If it will provide anything to set itself apart from the games that already exist in the market today. It has potential, but at the same time, so did a lot of great looking games in the past. I'd say it is best that we keep a close eye on it, but not get our hopes up yet. It is, after all, a Korean game at the end of the day. Now, if you're looking for another game to keep your eyes on, here is my most anticipated game of 2022, or alternatively, here is a list of the most populated, most played gacha games currently in 2022, gacha games that you should not be missing out on.